The current church runs with the revelation of the love of Jesus, of which in that love it carries immeasurable treasures, immeasurable blessings. For instance, Jesus hung on that cross because of the love of God for humanity and for the world and for you. Jesus went through the bruises. He was wounded, rejected, oppressed, afflicted for your sake. And it was his love at work. And that's why salvation came by the ministry of Christ's love, which is of the grace of God. So it is not of works. You did nothing to receive anything. It is just to believe and trust in the finished work of Calvary. And the victories of Calvary's are given to you. But when it comes to collaborating, participating in God's eternal plans, you would have to come to a point where you have consciously responded or reciprocated to the love of God. The Bible says, if you love me, you will keep my commandment. And I and my Father, in fact, he said, my Father will love you, and then I will manifest myself unto you. See that? So the manifestation of Jesus to many will come from the revelation of our deep, intense, and passionate love for Yeshua, which is found, affirmed, seen, and able to be touched by your keeping his commandments. Keeping his commandments. Right? So it is not in words that we love him. We don't love him in singing honor him. We don't love him in dancing before him. We love him when we keep his commandments. That's why I hate sin. I naturally hate sin, because if I sin or if I do something that is not of God, I grieve like hell. You know why? Because I am breaking breaking that love that I have for him. You see, when you love him deeply, you wouldn't sin. If you love him deeply, nothing should come in between you and Yeshua. A proof that we love him is that we will keep his commandments. You know the first commandment of Christ? Some of you don't know. Go back to the law of Moses. That 10 commandments is God's eternal law. Let nobody lie to you with this grace nonsense. The 10 commandment it remains God's eternal holy laws. And as a matter of fact, these 10 commandments have been engrafted in our hearts. They are written on the table of our hearts. They are no more on the outside stones. They're not written on the outside. They are written in our hearts because they are holy. And then the subsequent instructions and teachings of Jesus, as we found in the synoptics. And of course, the teachings of Paul, the instructions, the doctrines, the commandments of Christ. See, when a man responds to all the layers of Christ's commandments, he qualifies that individual to receive a tangible manifestation of an invisible Christ. The future of believers is found in the manifestations of Christ. Jesus promises to tangibly, physically, visually manifest himself to his deep lovers. If you love me, you will keep my commandment, and I will manifest myself. You know what happens when a man sees Jesus? Everything about that individual changes forever. A certain aspect of you will be captured in the realms where your life, your spirit, your soul and body. I've never seen any man who captured Jesus in the realms went back to sin. There is an engrafting of his fire, essence, power to reflect Christ in the most profound ways.